Are we on air?
We're on air.
Oh, sweet.
I have something good to say.
I think Trump's the only one that speaks the truth and speaks what we want to hear.
When Donald Trump becomes the 47th president of the United States, there will be retribution on all those who have promoted evil in this country.
Being a vegan, a peaceful dinner plate results in a peaceful world.
Why do you love the USA? Because we're allowed to feel into whoever we want to feel into emotionally.
You're going to eat blood food, you're going to go have war.
We need the country to be run like a business.
Why am I conservative? Because basically what I see happening from the Democratic side, or not from the left side at this point, is a lot of
Donald Trump was the David that slew our Goliath, which was Roe v. Wade.
Can I swear in the air?
No, that's us. Oh, that's fine.
Saturday the 20th of January 2024. I know you're busy, so just one simple question. I only have one question.
Excuse me, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
In your opinion, does the former president of the United States of America, one Donald J. Trump, there's not going to be a question about has he got a syphilis or a STD. It's not going to be a question about is he having a horizontal conversation with his lawyer. Yabba dabba do, because that's not really any of our business, and at the end of the day it's just gossip and won't really affect us directly. Wouldn't even ask, is it true that he partied with Jeffrey Epstein, because we've done that question. The question that I would like your full attention, please, okay, it's only one question. Do you think, and it's either a yes or no, in the comments section below, if you could spend some time to answer it, do you think Trump has dementia? Yes or no? Comment section right now. I'll just ask once again, do you think, from everything you've seen, everything you've heard, and in your opinion, nobody else's opinion, that Trump is, well, he has dementia? Senile. Does he have it? Yes or no? While you're thinking, in case you're not too sure, have a look at this. He's in New Hampshire, trying to do whatever it is that nominations for the Republican Party do to be president. And this is somebody who, by the way, wants to have the nuclear codes, amongst other things, wants to be on a world stage, talking to other leaders, wants to be right up there. And, wow. We all know, probably, Nikki Haley on Jan 6 was nowhere near the command station. Don't think she was anywhere near it. But Nancy Pelosi was in Washington. Nancy Pelosi then was Speaker. Those are the facts. I would say 99.9% of people know that. The former guy, wow, clearly, and it wasn't an accident, he believes what he says, because all the MAGAs are there, lapping it all up. He's not confused. As I said, he's confident about what he says. So, have a listen and tell me again, does Trump have dementia, yes or no?
Never reports the crowds, you know. By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, you know, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything? Deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people.
I know words. I have the best words.
He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge. Heroin alone, if you look at the heroin epidemic, last year alone, ICE officers removed 10,000 known or suspected gang members.
And to delegitimize
Heart, lung, and liver transplants.
and his daughter Laura at a reception for the Italian.
And we are reclaiming our noble heritage.
Companies are really big beneficiaries.
Patriotic citizens who want their families protected made a pivotal, really, and I mean this was pivotal,
To fully reauthorize the 9/11 victims, the National Humanitarian Medal.
ever foistered
Women's basketball national champions.
House and Senate lawmakers advising lawmakers.
Secretary Pompeo is here, Secretary of State Mike Bolton, John Bolton is here.
President Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Oman, UAE, Chile, but China's their supply chain is breaking up.
We must seek real bipartisan solutions. As bad as it is, it meant something. The members of our armed forces, and you understand that very well, the members of our armed forces to immediately waive all applicable state taxes, despite these obstacles, Karen. Americans of all walks of life rose up, and we used to have radio for, like, I think radio, in the invasion of Normandy and the liberal
of Europe. I want to also thank the Minneapolis police.
As Jack has said about the Battle of the Bulge. You know, we just had another stock market. You saw that, right? The stock market on January 23rd. Venezuela's. I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings. And vicious MS-3 gang members. You've really put a big investment in our country. We appreciate it very much.
First time sitting down at the Resolute desk.
I think that our new president should direct the new attorney general to suspend all efforts to harass pro-life activists. And then, frankly, I think they should pull the abortion pill off the market and demand that the law is properly enforced.
We need a president who understands the American people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We need
President Trump at the top of the Trump was chosen by his side while a jury is debating how much to award Eugene Carroll for being sexually abused by them.
These are witch hunts against President Trump, whether it's the
you don't believe Eugene Carroll?
Whether it's the bogus case petition with a radical who is a radical, they're all witch hunts against President Trump.
The jury found that Donald Trump sexually abused.
They are all witch hunts against President Trump, and the reason why is because he's pulling ahead of Joe Biden, and Joe Biden is the weakest candidate we've ever seen. No, I disagree. No, I don't agree with that. I support President Trump, and you know what? He is so biased. It's another example.
Why not believe Eugene Carroll? It's not me. It's not the media. It's a jury that found that he sexually abused Eugene Carroll.
Her name is Maggie Haberman of the New York Times. She is a badass. She's a Pulitzer Prize winner and the author of the best-selling book, Confidence Man, The Making of Donald Trump and the Breaking of America. So, Maggie, welcome. I'm really glad you're here.
Thanks for having me.
I've admired you for a very long time. So you literally wrote the book on Trump. And today we saw he almost got kicked out of the courts today for his very disruptive behavior. He gave a speech attacking the judge, and then he goes outside and, of course, talks to the press. So the way you look at it, do you think that the Trump trials are the new Trump rallies? We used to always cover the rallies. And now when he comes out of court, everybody covers what he has to. Well, not everybody, but he gets a lot of coverage when he comes out of the courtroom.
Pretty much. I mean, he has melded his legal cases and his political campaign, so they are indistinguishable. He fundraises off the legal cases, and this was a civil case. He didn't have to be there today. Yes. He chose to be there. This is not a criminal trial where he would have to be in court, but most of his supporters don't know the difference. They don't hear the difference. They just hear noise that he's under fire, and they tune in that way, and they give him money that way. And so he is really leaning into this because he has learned the lesson that there is a benefit to him politically.
Well, today in court, he seemed to want to get kicked out of court. Can you talk about what happened in court today?
Sure. So he went to court.
He seems to deliberately taunt the judge.
It seemed very much like that to me. This was, again, the civil trial involving Eugene Carroll, this New York writer who accused him of rape decades ago. And he was already found liable for sexual abuse and defamation in a previous case related to her that she brought. In this case, he showed up for her testimony. And so instead of us talking about her testimony, we are talking about the fact that he was making noises. He was overheard whispering to his lawyer. The judge, Lou Kaplan, who is a very serious judge, he's been on the bench a very long time, and it's a federal court. It's not the same as a state court where things tend to be a little looser. This judge gave him warnings and said at one point something to the effect of, I know you want to get thrown out, and I'm not going to do that. And Trump responded, I would love that. And I suspect, Gail, that is true. He would have liked to have gotten thrown out because he would then claim he was a victim. It's heads he wins, tails the other side loses.